Hello students, now we are at the last point of this first chapter, that is quality concept in the unit 1, and the last point is LR grade, AR grade and GR grades of analytical reagents. So most often we see these grades on the reagent bottles. What are their meaning? That we have to discuss here. We are using different chemicals in the laboratories for different purposes, and these chemicals are of having different categories like solvents we use in the laboratory. We have inorganic or organic origin chemicals. Okay. So the common classification of the different grades is as follows. The first grade is LR grade. So it is a laboratory reagent grade. So what these LR grade reagents are? These are the chemicals which are used in the laboratory, and it can be further classified as a pure, extra pure and so on. The other definition of this laboratory reagent grade chemical is that the chemical of lowest purity that is available in bulk quantities, mostly in the form of drum or sack. If it is a liquid, it is available in the drum. If it is a solid, available in the sack. So, and the purity is low. So this is the definition of laboratory reagent grade reagents or chemicals. So these chemicals, they are available with the lowest purity, available in bulk quantities in the form of a drum or sack. Then second thing, or the second grade, is AR grade, often referred as analytical reagent grade. The chemical which are having this grade, they carries a certificate with it. Certificate regarding the purity and impurities with an estimate of their amount, means how much impurities are present. It is mentioned in the certificate. Its purity is also mentioned in the certificate. So as far as this chemical analysis is considered, this AR grade chemical represents the reagent or chemical with the highest grade of purity. With the highest grade of purity. Then we have ACS grade. ACS grade. ACS stands for American Chemical Society. So such grades are useful for high quality work. That means the chemicals with this ACS grade are having very high purity. The next one is general reagent. General reagent or GR grade. These are also the chemicals which meets or exceeds AR grade specification. Which meets or exceeds AR grade specification. Then the fifth one is extra pure grade. So this extra pure grade chemicals are suitable for laboratory accreditation work, and they are also suitable for work that requires compliance with pharmacopoeial standard requirements. The next one is electronic grade. So these chemicals have very stringent limit for metallic impurities, very narrow limit for metallic impurities which are required for use in the electronic component industry, and their level is below PPT or PPB. Level of impurity is below part per thousand or part per billion. because electronic components they are very sensitive. That's why there is a stringent limit for metallic impurities. Such chemicals they are of electronic grade. Then we have the seventh one, that is HPLC grade. Basically the solvent falls under this category. The solvents which meets strict UV absorbance specifications. The solvents they are filtered for removal of submicron suspended solids, as they are suitable for use in HPLC applications, because we know that in HPLC the mobile phase is liquid, and the mobile phase should not have any suspended solid. It should be free from any kind of suspended solids, as well as solvent should not absorb in UV region. As the detector used is UV, the solvent should be transparent to UV. Such solvents which are transparent to UV and are free from suspended solids are the HPLC grade solvents which are used for HPLC applications. Then the next one is spectroscopic grade. It includes the solvents of high purity, as spectroscopic grade solvents are very important here. They are having high purity, they have low residue on boiling, and having absorption blank in the wavelength region of interest. In the wavelength region of interest. And obviously they are commonly used in the spectroscopic application. So these are the various grades of reagents we have discussed. So in short, I quickly revise the points which we have discussed in this particular chapter. So at the beginning we talked about the concept of quality, different uh, definitions of quality: product based, user based, manufacturer based, value based. Then we talked about quality in detail and seven parameters that decides the quality from customer's point of view. We also discussed little bit about GLP. Then we uh, discussed quality control and quality assurance. Then total quality management, which includes both the things, that is quality control as well as quality assurance. Then we discussed interpretation of quality control in industry by three different ways. The first way was quality control laboratories, second one was ISO series, and third one we discussed was good laboratory practices. Then we discussed chemical standards and certified material importance in chemical analysis. In that we discussed first the reference material, certified reference material, and standard reference material. What are their importance in chemical analysis, that also we have discussed. And at the last we discussed different grades of analytical reagent, that is LR grade, AR grade, ACS grade, general reagent grade, extra pure grade, electronic grade, HPLC grade, and spectroscopic grade. Okay, now we'll stop here. This chapter is completed. Thank you.